Big man!
Yo. This your boy, Big Man, aka MannMannTv on the Big Man's Podcast, man. Today marks the official day of the first podcast of the channel, man. Don't forget to like, share, hit that follow below, man, for more content like this. All right, man. We are now going to get into the main topic of the day. Jayson Tatum versus Jaylen Brown. Me personally, I am a big Jayson Tatum fan. I've been watching this game, definitely been watching the Celtics games. I've been watching him since he came out, you feel me? And even when he was in college. He's always been an amazing player. Same for Jaylen Brown as well, who was drafted the year before. Honestly, two very great players, very good at their craft, two very great scorers, very great rebounders, and also I would say pretty decent defenders. I'd probably say Jaylen Brown has the edge when it comes to defense. He's definitely better on ball, and he can guard the best player on that team. He has been guarding Kyrie majority of the games that have been played. The 3 games they've played, he has guarded Kyrie. Like, he's able to, stay in front of him. He's a very, very great on-ball defender. But as it relates to who's better, I mean, it's just like you can break it down into multiple different categories. It's kind of just like, and this is all personal opinion, all opinion based. I'm not biased, none of that. You feel me? But when it comes to better players, when it comes to who is the best, everybody knows Jayson Tatum, when it's all said and done, I feel like he'll have the better career. And I feel like everybody knows that on the internet. But because Jaylen Brown has been playing significantly better in the postseason, that's kind of why I feel like people are kind of down in Jayson Tatum's play. I feel like Jayson Tatum is a very great, like, during the season player. He averaged 27, 8, and 5 this season. Jaylen Brown, he went down in numbers, but when it came to the postseason, he was able to show up. You feel me? Every single time, if you watch the games, Jayson Tatum is getting pretty much triple teamed almost every game for him to not score. You feel me? Just this past game, he scored 31. I don't know why, and I don't know why they would let up. You feel me? Because he scored 20-something points in the first half. He scored majority of his points, which he scored over 20 points in the first half. Didn't score that much in the second half. Why? Because Jaylen Brown came and scored 20-something points in the second half, and they were good. You feel me? They have the defense, they have the offense, everybody knows that. But when it comes to better score, I already know that Jayson Tatum is the better scorer, obviously. Jayson Tatum is the better scorer. But when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to being consistent, Jaylen Brown has him. He's definitely a more efficient, and he is definitely a more consistent scorer, because you can see that in the regular season, but you can also see that in the postseason. He has been scoring way better than Jayson Tatum has throughout the playoffs, and I mean, it goes to show he just won the conference finals MVP. A little bit of a shocker to people, but to me, not really a shocker. He played amazing throughout that series versus Indiana, and overall, he's just been a very, very great asset to their team. You feel me? But to break it down, when it comes to scoring, I will give it to Jayson Tatum for naturally being a better scorer. But when it comes to, being consistent and being able to hit the shot consistently and be efficient and actually am able to shoot over 45% of the field, you feel me? If you're able to do that, I feel like you are an efficient scorer. Jayson Tatum is the type of person to go and score 50, 40 and then have a pretty shit performance after that particular game. And that has happened that has happened in the playoffs, this recent playoffs. He has been shooting horribly. Like, he'll have really good games to where he'll shoot great, and then you have other games to where he'll shoot bad. And that's kind of like my issue with him. That's kind of been my issue with him. But other than that, he's still a great scorer. I will never take away from him being a naturally great scorer. It's just when it comes to being efficient and being consistent, he is not that. And he hasn't been that in the postseason. We're not talking about regular season, because regular season, everybody knows that. But what matters the most is the postseason, because everybody is competing to get a chip. Jaylen Brown, more efficient, more consistent. Jayson Tatum, natural score. Natural. As it relates to playmaking, making the right plays, and also, getting assists, getting rebounds. Everybody knows Jayson Tatum it's kind of like he's just miles past him when it comes to playmaking, getting assists, making the right plays, making sure your teammates are in the right spot to have the best shot possible. He does that way better than Jaylen Brown, and everybody knows that. And then when it comes to rebounding, he's taller. Everybody's expecting him to get, 8, 9 rebounds. He's 6'8", 6'9", Everybody's expecting him to get more rebounds. So obviously he's a better rebounder. So, those two aspects, obviously, no surprise. They come to no surprise. And then when it comes to defense. So when you're talking about playing perimeter defense and playing on-ball defense, I will give that to Jaylen Brown. He has been the one to be guarding the most important player, if not the second most important player, which he has been guarding Kyrie a lot throughout this series. And he has guarded who he's needed to guard, obviously like his position. And if he needs to guard Luka, he will. And he has. He has guarded Luka, and he has guarded Kyrie close up. Jayson Tatum has not been playing. Obviously, he's a forward. He's a power forward. He's not going to be guarding the perimeter. He doesn't necessarily guard that much up on the perimeter. He's been the one playing paint. He's the one playing in the middle. He's the one that's been playing towards the basket. He's been playing towards their power forward and their center, which is why they are not able to get as many points as it relates to like P.J. Washington. You're talking about P.J. Washington, you're talking about Daniel Gafford. They are not getting that many points in the paint because of Jayson Tatum and Al Horford. They're the ones that are playing the best defense when it comes to being back to the basket, and when it comes to being in the paint, they are right there. They are always there. Like, you feel me? There's nothing you can really do about that. But overall defender, really gonna. I know Jayson Tatum can play perimeter, but I know Jaylen Brown can play it better. So it's kind of just like, one's good at playing on ball, one's good at playing perimeter, one's good at playing towards the basket, towards the paint. It's kind of just like they're both good defenders. They're both good defenders. I wouldn't put one ahead of the other. I definitely feel like, personally, Jaylen Brown is definitely a better defender. Overall, I feel like he can definitely do both. I could definitely feel like he can guard the paint and he can also guard the perimeter. He is a very versatile defender. But that's not his main thing. You feel me? Like, obviously, that's not his main thing, which is why they brought Jrue Holiday to their team, because he's the one, he's the one guarding the best player. Really. Like, obviously, behind him is Jaylen Brown, but their main player guarding the best player is Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is the one making the defensive plays. He's the best on-ball defender they have. You feel me? That's why they brought him to the team, was for his defense. And he's been a great scorer for their team and a great defender. So it's kind of just like a 2-in-1. You feel me? But Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, better defender. I feel like Jaylen Brown's a better defender, but y'all tell me, man. I don't really know. I'm just going based off opinion. Jaylen Brown, I feel like, is the better defender. But, hey. And then, who is the better player? Shit. Everybody knows Jayson Tatum is the better player, but that's neither here nor there. Who has been more impactful during this postseason run? You go back to their first round. If you watch from first round to now in the finals, Jaylen Brown has just, I will give it to Jayson Tatum for playing good the first 2 rounds. He's played good the first 2 rounds, even though he still was but he was still inconsistent when it came to shooting. he was still an amazing player for their team. I felt like he was the second best player, not the first. I felt like Jaylen Brown was the best player, and he has been the best player for majority of the playoffs. He has been able to not only show y'all that he's a good defender, but show y'all he can step up in big moments. He has been able to step up in big moments, make the big shots, take the tough shots, and also be able to, show out. You feel me? He's been able to show out, and they've given him the platform, they gave him the outlet to show that, oh, he's not weak with his fucking left hand. He's not weak with his left hand. Because I've been seeing and hearing a lot of banter on him and him being not a good left hand, or him not having a left. You feel me? Him not having a left. Him not being necessarily a good defender. Him not being a good scorer. Him not being a great shooter. But proving all of these fucking people wrong, man. Going back to proving all of these people wrong and showing them like, he really does this. And that's facts. He really does this. You feel me? He clearly has been the better player throughout the finals, the conference finals, and the semifinals. He has been that better player. He's been the one to step up. Jayson Tatum has definitely taken a step back, but that didn't hinder their team at all. Their team have always been great, you feel me? Because they have other pieces around them to help them throughout this playoffs. So it doesn't even matter who's better and who's not. But if you're talking about it, if you want to have a conversation about it, Jaylen Brown has been the better player. Not by a landslide. It's close. When it comes to this playoff run, it's close. But Jaylen Brown has obviously been the better player. You feel me? He's been the better player. He's been the better player defensively. He's been the better player offensively. He has been the most consistent scorer on their team. And they're 3-0 right now. I was rooting for the fucking Mavs. I wanted the Mavs to win. I am not a Celtics fan. I am a proud Celtics hater. But I can respect greatness when it's in front of me, man. And Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, it looks like y'all will be getting this win tonight. They have a game today as we speak. It looks like they might be getting this win tonight. I'm not going to lie. We are 3-0. They're not at home, but they just won their last away game at Dallas, and we lost. So they will probably be winning. You feel me? The Celtics will probably win. They will probably get their chip, and Jaylen Brown will definitely get his Finals MVP, man. And that just goes to show who's better and who's not. You feel me? So other than that, man, we're going to have to wrap up this podcast, man. This was an amazing first podcast, man. We got more content coming through, man. We will be reviewing tonight's game, Matt versus Celtics game 4. So everybody go check that out, man. Don't forget to like, share. Hit that follow down below. I'm going to be out, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. Big man!